I can tell you, I think Ryan Holiday is wrong here in his book, Ego is the Enemy, because I have to say, ego really helped me to not commit suicide, to get my shit together. And
I've been watching you for the past couple of years right now. I see you out there killing it, living life. Women all over the world from what I see. But if you're a coach like me, really, I mean, you probably didn't start out that way. In fact, I've seen a few things that you said which
hmm,
kind of lead to believe that, yeah, actually you came from some kind of place of pain. What was the thing that caused you to transform into the monster that we see today?
yeah, thank you very much for the words, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, as you know, or as guys know, I mean, I always share my kind of personal life. Not many coaches do it. They always want to keep it, I don't know, playing in a safe place, or coming along and say, I've always been this player, always been this guy. Sharing my private life, even if it means there is much pain. Even when I write these words, there is it still affects me some sort or another. And what place was it? I basically started everything all by myself, taught everything myself. But to go back years uh, previously to that, I moved to another country, which is very difficult, as you can, or as you might know, as a child. When you don't speak the language, when you don't have any friends, you're basically put without your will into a new country, a new setting. You have to adapt yourself. You have to find your ground there. And it's not only language, but all the things play together. And my first years went very, very terrible. Then it got better. And but the thing is, in my teenage years later on, it was always a problem somehow, of me not having friends. It wasn't even about not having girls. I didn't have friends in general, you know. Um, so this was like kind of, I had no social life basically. I was the guy. I think many can relate to, people who listen to this podcast, maybe you as well, going home and basically living in his own world, surrounded by books, surrounded by computer games. Basically, for me, I once said it to my mother when I was a teenager. For me, it wouldn't even matter if I would go to jail or not, because I'm stuck anyway. My four walls. I know it sounds like pretty like utopic and very outrageous, but this is like kind of the truth. So yeah, I was suicidal as well. I went through a phase where if you don't have the social life, if you don't have friends, if you look out of the window, you see all these couples arm in arm, you see guys enjoying themselves, etc., and you are the guy nobody really wants. Then it can get you to an extreme. It was after high school. After the high school degree, of course, everybody went to a party. And me just came back, just got my degree in my pockets, and I was like, this cannot be life. This cannot be it. If everybody says, hey, school lives are the best in your life, afterwards it gets only worse and worse. I was like, how worse can it get? So, and I started to Google on the internet, some Googling how to talk to women, what to say to women, etc., etc. It was like first like forums, and then I remember it was like 250 questions to ask a woman or ask a girl. And I was like, okay, try to memorize everything and try to get myself into it. But I would say I was pretty, from the start, I was pretty good to have that much, I always had social awareness, always could read social cues. I always was an empathic person. I always had high social intelligence, I would say. Plus, I could really figure out if this stuff works and this stuff doesn't work for me. For example, mystery times, like with and I saw it. This was one of my first times as well in high school already, watching pickup artists VH1 and VH2. And I was like, okay, can I identify myself with having black fingernails, etc., or wearing a pink scarf, whatever? And I was like, no, this doesn't work for me. So I could always pick, like, I always was good at picking the right parts, quote unquote, right parts, which fit for me, fit for my character, fit to my personality. And other things I was ignoring. And so I built my own kind of style, and yeah.
All right. So before going on to like your style, like you've just mentioned, was there something that happened that caused you to transform? Like, was there one moment where something happened to you and you were like, you know what, fuck this is enough. I refuse to take this anymore. because I've noticed that usually with guys there is that one situation, like maybe there was a girl who laughed at them or spat in their face or just something.
Yeah. No, there was no. I have to say there was not one moment. It was more like a chain reaction. You know, there was not one particular moment. It was more like a chain reaction leading to this. I can tell you. I think Ryan Holiday is wrong here in his book, "Ego is the Enemy," because I have to say, ego really helped me to not commit suicide, to get my shit together, and to show it to all the people, show it to all my classmates, etc., to all the people who hated me, who disliked me, to show them, hey, I can do it better, you know. And actually, ego helped me to not doing the things, to be here, actually here with you today.
Because you wanted to prove people wrong.
Yeah, I wanted to prove people wrong, and I was like, if I take my life, like, who will give a fuck? Actually, they will probably love it. I mean, they will say, yeah, look at this kid, he took his life, we all knew he was a loser anyway. So I was like, nah, I'm not making you this kind of joy.